Okay, not a little
The log. Don't forget about the log.
Replace nuts with hilarious.
I think it also takes someone who's a little bit off the deep end to work with Nickelodeon, because I remember Yonan Vasquez had like a major bone to pick with Nickelodeon over how they treated him with Invader Zim. Like, he basically made an entire comic that was
called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
No, it was a spin-off of that. It was like this one chick that worked at an animation studio, and he basically, through her, explained his experiences with that, and it's majorly depressing.
I remember someone told me that he was originally intending to make an animated series of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac at some point. I was like, you know what, I haven't read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, but if it inspired him to make Invader Zim, it's obviously got to be awesome.
Sound reasoning.
Oh, actually, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac makes a brief cameo in Invader Zim, but like in the shadows and stuff.
Oh. This actually perfectly segues into that cartoon thing that I'm still trying to get in. Speaking of animators and their thoughts of like wanting to get something in but can't, but eventually not allowing that in. Do you guys know anything about like Cartoon Network being absolutely homophobic and terrible?
No, I don't. This is the first time I've heard about it. Please go on.
For the most part, they are. They are very, they play it safe a lot. When the animator of Adventure Time...
Wait, Cartoon Network, same people that made Adventure Time and that one about the little pirate kid? I can't remember what it's called.
Adventures of Flapjack. Misadventures of Flapjack.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they're not the ones coming up with the story. It's the animators and the story writers. Right. But the animator and the story writers for Adventure Time wanted to insinuate a lesbian relationship between two the cast members that apparently people liked this couple, so he decided to fanfic it in. And they canned it.
Wait, what?
The episode's still not
There are two characters on that show, like Princess Bubblegum and forget her name. I don't watch Adventure Time. I heard this from a friend, and also read.
Are you talking
like,
about that
7
vampire chick?
Yes, Marceline, yeah.
Marceline,
I heard that that vampire
really
girl's
strange.
dad is like an actual penis. Is that true?
I don't know.
Actually, he can
This is
transform
what I've heard.
into a giant soul-sucking penis. He can transform into a giant soul-sucking penis. It's fantastic.
That entire show is just...
Yeah, no, that seems rather weird. Like, I guess that explains, like, a lesbian reference that got snuck into one of the other Cartoon Network shows, regular show. There's, like, this screen cap from one of the episodes where it's basically... It kind of is heavily implied little lesbian side characters in, like, the background. Since it's basically this tall, skinny girl and this sort of short, gender-neutral girl. And it could pretty much be heavily implied that it's a lesbian couple in the show. They're not, like, main characters or anything like that. They were just thrown in there. And I guess that kind of makes sense if, you know...
Seems exactly
if that's a
like
point of
the
contention.
type of animator.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, JT Quincell is a really, really cool guy when it comes to stuff like that. He'll always throw in little references and, you know, push the bar a little bit.
Anybody who pushes the bar is a great person, right? Except for Carly.
Okay, not him. Not him. He was okay with Johnny Bravo, but Family Guy, no. He lost it.
I have to be honest, my family is in love with that show because of the fact that it pushes the boundaries, and I constantly try and explain to them why they're pushing the wrong boundaries. They're making just absolutely terrible jokes. They're not funny.
Family Guy was tolerable in its first few seasons, but then it got brought back, and apparently they got a different team of writer that's like ultra liberal and the hyper fans of the show. So it's now just self-referential garbage.
Pretty much, actually. They got canned after their second season when they were going like halfway through it. I know this because I have a great memory. I don't care for the show at all. They got canned about halfway through their second season, and they're one of the, if I think the only show to ever been brought back by popular demand on TV. And they, a bunch of the writers were like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. At the time, it was like 2002 or 2001. And all the writers basically just said, screw this, I'm not doing it, because we got cut off the air. What's to say that we're not going to get cut off again? And they brought in a bunch, like, they basically went to a press conference and found tons and tons and tons of fans of the show, she said, and friends of Seth MacFarlane that did animation with Hanna-Barbera beforehand. And they just brought them aboard, and they saw where it went. And we know where it went. Like, 3 spin-offs. Come on.
3 spin-offs that are exactly the same show.
Bob's Burgers, Cleveland Show, and Family Guy.
Wait,
when will they
Bob's
stop
Burgers was done by the
Simpsons?
same people that animated
And
Family
American
Guy?
Dad.
No. It's the same premise. It was, it's done by, like... I gotta look that up, actually. No, it's not done by the same people. The reason I always think
I
that
thought there was some connection between Bob's Burgers and the people that made Archer. I know there's that, because the main guy, the guy that voices Bob from Bob's Burgers also voices Archer from Archer, so...
He also voices someone in Family Guy, the fat, the guy with the, what's his name? I don't know his name, but he worked with Chris for a few episodes, and they kept him on. I don't know.
Also, you should probably watch it, 'cause it's amazing.
Lauren Bouchard? I don't know how to pronounce it. Bouchard is what it looks like. Bouchard. And then Jim...
You should know that.
Daughtery. Yeah, apparently that's it. Oh! And, first season ranked 59th in rating share. That's something great to know. Thank you, Wikipedia. Oh, American Dad, that's the other one, and it's so completely
American Dad.
terrible that I don't like. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's funny that the characters that are the best characters are completely, like, they would never happen. The best character in that show is, and the reason he's the best character is because he says so little, was the goldfish. That, what's his name? Fucking
Klaus,
I think.
It's Klaus.
Klaus, yes.
It was the brain of a black German guy that in a science experiment conducted by the place the main character works at. They put a black German guy's brain into a goldfish, and a goldfish's brain into a black German guy, and the black German guy decided to escape the water, jump in the water, try to swim and drown. And so you've got Klaus.
Huh.
It's nice to
We're
know why
gonna
there's
battle it whether or not it's...
Talking goldfish is important.
Oh, no, there's an episode where he gets the body of a black guy, that's right.
Then now also thinking back to, like, freaking... Cleveland Show. I wouldn't say that the best character is the bear, but... like, why do you have to have the same formula? I don't understand it.
Actually,
I just like,
when I heard about the Cleveland Show, I thought it was... when I heard about the Cleveland show, I thought it was just like one-off as a joke. Like, oh, here's the exact same show, but it's an actual syndicated show separate from Family Guy, so...
I guess they wanted to go with, like, the more black humor. I don't know. I don't know why. They wanted to, like...
That usually...
Maybe Cleveland wasn't doing enough or something.
I don't know. I've taken a few writing classes with people who have actually worked on movies and stuff, and what they've told me is that when you write to pander to race, that's pretty much a ticking time bomb. You're going to get blown up over it, and it's going to be completely horrible.
It's pretty much only a matter of time until the spin-offs kind of die. Because there's no way they're going to last. Bob's Barkers isn't bad. It's a completely different type of comedy. There's not really any... It's... I don't know. It's better. But it's not great.
Propane and propane. That's...
Oh, yeah. King of the Hill. You hear that Beavis and Butthead's back?
Oh, yay.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently,
Speaking of
Beavis and
things that are
Butthead.
back,
I don't know why they...
Who's that?
Why? I was watching, I was visiting my parents at one point, and we just sat down, turned on Netflix, and, we just watched a bunch of Beavis and Butthead episodes, and they weren't funny.
Huh.
Never really got into Beavis and
No,
Butthead
it's the same
personally.
It's the same, same writer. Thanks for that close-up game.
Huh. I
It
thought
doesn't
the
look
writer
any better.
for Beavis... I thought the writer for Beavis and Butthead was, you know, working on King of the Hill. For like the 85 seasons it's been on.
Didn't it get...
85 seasons? They stopped making it ages ago, they just don't stop rerunning it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really? I thought they were still making it.
God, no.
No. King of the Hill has been over for a while. King
They
of the
haven't
Hill
been able to find
got
anything to
canceled
fill the
probably
time
around the
in
same
the
time as
show
Family
that.
Guy should have got.
I'd be curious and ask how it ended, but I don't think that show was ever really about anything.
That was the good thing about it. So it didn't have any... There wasn't a story that you need to continue. I'll admit I've been enraptured into some really stupid sitcoms. How I Met Your Mother was another one of those. Wasn't that great, but hey,
Well,
something to watch.
Anybody could get into that show because it has, God, what's his name in it?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, NPH. It has Neil Patrick Harris in it, and the man is charismatic.
That's
If he's in
how he got his
anything,
job.
then- Yeah, he's really good at his job.
I need to look up the guy who's always with Seth Rogen. He's part of that indie crowd. What's his name? He's in that show too.
I don't know either. The only sitcom I think I've ever really gotten into was a British sitcom called The IT Crowd.
Hell yeah.
That show.
it is great.
Like, they stopped allowing people to put episodes of it on YouTube, but they have all the episodes on Netflix now, and I don't know when I should catch up on it or not. I remember really liking it, but you know, I don't know. It's been a while. Is it still
Is it true
any good?
they're bringing
Jason's-
back chases for everything? Something deep
Huh?
down inside tells me they do bring back chases more on everything.
It's back and it's called The Hamster Cage.
Is it on Channel 7 now that they've got like publishing rights for it now or whatever?
I don't know actually.
Because I miss
Well,
them riffing on
I
Today
don't
Tonight.
know. Is it?
Yeah, I do miss the Chases show.
I got given like half of the first season on DVD once, and I watched it all in like 2 nights. It was really good.
It'd be really good when it stops becoming relevant and you're wondering, what the hell does this mean again?
Back to the stream. No matter what, this will always be interesting to watch to me. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I also
Murder
didn't
house.
realize that the golems blew up into blood.
Pretty much everything does in this game. I think the cars even do.
The generic explosion texture.
Welcome to Bayonetta, where the cars are made of blood! Blood!
So much blood. Gore, you want gore? We got gore mode. Extra, super, or juicy.
We've added a new DK mode, where your head just continuously gets bigger as you kill, and if you kill too much, it explodes!
Every game needs to have like a 50-cent blood in the sand mode, where once you shoot something, it just sprays out, you know, raspberry jam onto everything.
A very easy
been
mode where you can
jammed.
take 6 rockets to the chest and live, and everything explodes into basically
already do
balloons
that?
of blood. More or less.
Let's start making Spaceballs references.
No.
Spaceballs? No. That
No.
that movie stopped being funny once, you know, the Star Wars prequel
The
started
first
coming
time
out.
you saw it?
Now it just hurts.
You mean the first time
Well, the
you
second
saw
time I
it?
saw it. I was like 6
First
when
time
I first saw
it
it.
was not funny. I saw it first 2 years ago. It was not funny. And yet my
Yeah,
favorite concept
that-
was
that
because
sounds
it
about
almost.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
I mean, it was like the Star Wars equivalent of a scary movie, like the Scary Movie series and stuff like that. So it wasn't even that great when it first came out. It's just a whole bunch of references.
yeah, but
Frontal
the
comedy.
difference between Mel Gibson and the two guys that do the
You mean
scary
Mel
movie is
Brooks?
that Mel Gibson,
Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks, not Mel Gibson.
Mel Brooks?
Yeah, is that Mel Brooks is
I'm pretty
actually
sure Mel
kind of
Gibson has
funny.
no sense of humor.